Good morning, friends, and welcome to my last part of the explanation of Lady Lazarus by Sylvia Plath. That is the seventh part. In my earlier lecture, I had discussed about how Sylvia Plath talks about a heavy charge that has to be put on the people, or the people are charged a large charge for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of hair on a clothes which they see. So your doctor, so her enemy. Now the charge that the people have to pay is just to see who has been lying there, who has committed suicide, and who seems to be a miracle. For they also have to pay charge to see the scars on a face, to hear the heart that is beating, and she is happy about it, that the people are paying for it. Now in the last part, where we see, I am your opus, I am your valuable, the pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your concern. Here we see that Sylvia considers the doctor to be her enemy, and she's recreated and brought back to life. She becomes the composition of those doctors. She's brought back to lead a normal life. Now the image of pure gold baby is important for her. So she, in a sense, she's a pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. So in a sense, she becomes pure. For a search for purity was one of her quest. That purity and innocence she acquires after she's reborn. But she's extremely sick of all those efforts to bring her back to sanity, to cure her, and she resents all this. She gives them the due credit for showing concern for her, but at the same time, she regrets their efforts. Next, ash, remaining paragraphs. Ash, you poke and stir, flesh, bone, there is nothing there. Here she says that there is no soul, no reality in her existence, but it is just ash. That is the remains of a burnt out existence. The people are trying to find her flesh and bone, bring her back to life. They are trying to find fire, but there's only ash. She's also trying to universalize those incidents significant universally, because she related her incidents to universal events like the Nazi and the Jew image. She considers her experiences and universal incidents both to be unified. This image of poking and stirring also relates to the phoenix relationship, which is of universal significance. Now, the remaining two paragraphs. A cake of soap, a wedding ring, a gold filling. Hear God, hear Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air. Here, in these last two stanzas, Sylvia has changed her tone. Throughout the poem, her tone was ironic, comment upon her suicidal attempts, or we could say self-mockery and denunciation of herself. The feeling of triumph for her life, but now the tone has changed to that of threaten. The note of triumph that was there earlier was false. It is bewilderment and despair now. And out of this despair comes the threat to mankind. She considers God to be the adversary, and it could also be men who consider themselves God, or even doctor who claim to recreate. Or all the three things are merged together. All her tormentors. To her tormentors, she throws this challenge that like Lady Lazarus, Phoenix shall be reborn out of her ashes, and that the victim will become the victimizer, the oppressed the oppressor, and she threatens to consume the false image of men. Now the whole process reverses. It will be a sort of resurrection with greater energies, with stronger personality to take revenge. She also means that she'll re-emerge as a pure hatred for all tormentors because of the male-dominated society. There's also a note of feminism, though it is not very apparent. Her acute suffering, which resulted partially because of men, her father and husband, who were responsible for her suffering partially. So finally, she'll take her revenge on the male ego. That is all for now. I'll be talking about a little on the personal note, or the themes that she dealt with, the images that she talks about in my next lecture. Till then, stay tuned, like and subscribe my videos. Bye-bye and take care.